Hi everyone, it's Nick the Gardener. It's Saturday the 23rd of September and yeah, it's been quite windy here the last few days and this brassica cage has almost been ripped apart. So I'll need to get in here anyway and tidy it all up and stake them. Well, stake them, but I haven't tied them to the stakes. So I'm going to get in there, tidy it all up and maybe pop a fresh dollop of compost all around the base of each one, all over the whole bed basically. So I've got a sieve of compost as well and do that in a bit. But yeah, I'm just going to get all the net off this now. I'm just having a look around the rest of the allotments and that. I can't see any cabbage white butterflies anywhere. So I'm wondering if they've gone now. So what I might just do is, because this net's not tall enough to reach the ground, I might just pin it over the top so that the pigeons can't get to it. And then have a little gap at the bottom, and then I can just pull off any leaves and stuff, and that'll be easier. So that's what I'm planning on doing. I'll perhaps set you up, show you what I'm doing underneath in a minute when I've got the net off and everything. So I'm just removing the net. I just want to show you this. There's a load of red wrigglers under this bit of wood around this net and stuff. A few slugs now as well. But there's like a little baby leopard slug. So I've got lots of leopard slugs on this allotment. There's another normal little black slug there. The red wrigglers, plenty. And just next to this bit of wood, I just noticed some fungi. We've got quite a bit sprouting up, a bit more over there. But yeah, we've had lots of rain here the last few days, and today's really nice and sunny, but tomorrow's going to be wet again, so I need to get everything sorted today. I haven't even got the net off yet. Better get cracking. Right, so as you can see, I've removed all the waste from the bottom and the lower leaves as much as I dare at the moment. Really, I want to leave at least a third on at the top so it can keep photosynthesizing. A little bit of damage to the top of some. There's a caterpillar in this one. That's the best one, I think. There, got some half decent bristles on it. You can see the undersides of the leaves are plastered with whitefly at the moment. It was like Christmas here a minute ago and I took the net off. You can see it all over the floor, all over the soil. But yeah, salvaged some bits from the broccoli. Sorry about my shadow. And ripped off all the yellowing leaves. Anything that was half eaten and stuff. Still see a few on there. Really, I could probably do a picking off. But I wanted to leave some of these leaves on, although they look pretty bad. I'm going to get the watering can out soon, give them a bit of a wash, try and get some of this off. But I did see a couple of ladybirds that flew over straight away, so they must have seen all the whitefly. There's quite a bit, but they're not looking too bad. Some of them are a little bit scrawny, like that one just here. But yeah, I'm hoping that's going to be my best one for Christmas Day, if it doesn't get eaten. So I'm going to try and put the net back over as best I can. It's not going to look pretty, I don't think, because it's not going to reach, but I just want to drape it over to protect them from the pigeons and stuff. But yeah, just to show you the broccoli I just took off quickly. In fact, I've just seen a cabbage right there. I was about to stand up and have a look, and one's just flown by. So I do need to keep the net on as good as, well, as best as possible, really. But yeah, what I need to do now is get some compost from here and pop it all around the bottom before I put the net back on. So that's the next thing I'm going to do. And I've got to tie them up as well to the stakes. So I'll be back in a bit. Get some forkfuls of this. There's quite a few twigs in it because I want it to have a fungal content in it, so I've left it to mature. And any wrigglers I see, I'm sticking in here. But yeah, left it to mature so it can have a fungal content if possible. But, any big bits like that, be going in this other compost bin. start. So in here, I don't know if you can see from there, hopefully you can, there's quite a few worms. There's still a load of twigs in here and stuff, a couple of stones. But yeah, there's so many red wrigglers. I put these in there to try and bait some out. But there's just, you know, loads in there. Anyway, I'm going to be here all day if I keep picking red wrigglers out. But yeah, there's still quite big bits of twigs and stuff in here, even though I've sieved it a little bit through that. It's not perfect sieve. But what I'll do, I'll just pop it on anyway, and then I'm only going to pop it into the surface. I'm not going to dig it in. And as the compost decomposes and gets eaten by all the organisms in the soil, then the twigs will just be left on the top anyway. And then when I harvest the crops, I'll just chop the tops off, leave all the roots in, and I'll just rake off all the twigs and everything, pop it back into the compost. So I'll get back to you when I've got a whole bucket full to show you what I'm going to do. Okay, so I probably should have done a before and after shot, but what I've done is done half and half. So this side hasn't been mulched or anything yet, and one of these containers here has done about half a bed to a depth of about an inch over it all. And yeah, that's just going to help feed the brassicas over winter, suppress the weeds, protect the soil, feed all the life in the soil, and yeah, keep the warmth in a bit more as well, I think. I've taken out as many of the worms I could see on the surface. Obviously there's still loads in there, but they'll probably work their way back into the compost pile through the wood chip pathways. Probably got worms under here if I dig down. Yeah, look, there's one there, look. So yeah, straight away, red wriggler. And there's probably more. If I dig here, look, there's another little one there. Yeah, look. Don't want to disturb them too much. All the little life in the wood chips and that. But yeah, so I'm just going to sieve another box. Oh, I've disturbed the white fly. And yeah, cover this half then, and then I'm going to try and attach the net back out somehow. So I've managed to get the net back over the brassica cage, but it's a bit of a bodge job, I'll be honest. Managed to get one net over this time. Two nets was it's a bit dark for it, and the wind could catch it. But yeah, a lot of my posts or poles kept snapping today. So, and because I had to stake up a lot of them as well, I've run low. So I was hoping just to keep the net over to keep the pigeons off, but I have seen a couple of cabbage white butterflies around. So yeah, I've just done it like this for now. But I've re-mulched it all with some fresh compost under there. It looks quite nice, and hopefully that'll keep them going until the spring. So there's kale-lets in there, purple sprouting broccoli, Brussels sprouts. There's a volunteer spinach by the looks of it, and a kale over there. So yeah, that's just the first job done today. Next job is I've got to turn this compost in here, which is 144 degrees Fahrenheit, into here. And this is all just the stuff I collected yesterday, and the leaves from the brassicas and the sievings from the compost. So now I've decided to collect quite a few leaves from my customers. I've been mowing them all up with the grass and popping them in here. You can see quite a few more in there. So this is going to be my third pile this year. I'm just started to use my second pile. So I think this year I might be on course for making about 2 to 4 tons of compost. I've already made 2 and this will be the third ton. And with all the leaves and everything I'm collecting over autumn and winter, I should be able to make quite a bit more. And I'm hoping to fill that cage up. I'm leaving the soil in the bottom. I'm going to move all the bag soil out, probably pop it in the shed over winter. And then the soil what's in there, what's got worms and stuff in, that's going to be, well, I'm going to put the leaf mould in that cage, and then any worms that are in there can, feast on it. I mean, I might just mix it all in together, or I don't know, I might just keep it as carbon source for next year. But that's first job done. Anyway, I had to mulch up this single seed potato yesterday because the rain had washed some of the soil, and I can see there's a spud under there, so just cover that up with a bit more compost so it doesn't go green. And the potatoes, you can see, it's been battered by the wind, but there's not long left now, and it's still looking quite healthy, so I'm happy with that. So yeah, next mission, turn the compost. So that's the compost turned. It's at 120 already, just after being turned. So yeah, it was a bit smelly, bit anaerobic, so I'm glad I got in there and turned it. And I just pulled off a few more leaves off of the brassicas and that, chucked in there a few weeds. That's the side of the compost bin. So yeah, another week or so, I'll be turning it again, and all this week's collections will be going in this side, and I'll just keep doing that every week. New stuff, turn it, and then next week new stuff, turn it into there. And eventually it won't sink down anymore, and then I'll convert, once I've used that, turn it all into there, and yeah, start the process all over again. And I just thought I'd pick a parsnip for dinner, and this one is my first ever parsnip, and it looks like it's giving me a hug. I'm quite happy with that. It's not too bad a shaped, and got a couple of extra bits. Picked some beans and that weird little squash thing, no idea what it was, but it stopped growing now, it's gone quite hard. I might just roast it for dinner. So yeah, thanks for watching, and please like, share, subscribe. And it's a beautiful day here in England, Northampton, and I'm just about to go home and have a beer. So thanks for watching, goodbye, have a good weekend.